to the story. A second G4S employee appeared before the Bloemfontein Magistrate's Court today in connection with the escape of Facebook rapist and murderer Thabo Bester. Mutenyane Masukela faces charges of aiding and abetting a convict and defeating the ends of justice. The 51-year-old warden was arrested earlier this week at the Mangaung Correctional Facility. eNCA's Silindelo Masikane was in court, and she joins me now from Bloemfontein. Slee, thank you so much for joining us. So it was a brief appearance in court, but bearing in mind that he was arrested actually at the prison, that suggests he wasn't in the first hall of people who were questioned and even disciplined and fired last year around this escape. So talk to us about the accused.
That would certainly seem like the suggestion, Sally. It does seem as though that the latest suspect, who is still currently a G4S employee and was actually arrested on Tuesday by law enforcement, was still on the job. And we know, of course, that internal investigations in terms of DCS and law enforcement have been ongoing. And this is just the latest arrest, and we understand just one of still many more to come, from what we understand in terms of how elaborate and calculated Thabo Bester's escape plan was, meaning that it involves a lot more people than what we're seeing in the dock currently. But this is the latest arrest, and like you said, a very brief appearance in court, Sally. The charges were presented, and his case then joined with the others who are going to appear on the 3rd of May for a bail application that includes Dr. Nandipa, a former G4S employee, Sinohe Madzwara, as well as a CCTV technician, that is Tebogo Dipole. They'll all be appearing once again on the 3rd of May with Mr. Masukela, who appeared today. And you would remember that Mr. Zolile Sekeleni, Dr. Nandipa's father, was granted bail, so he'll be rejoining all of the accused on the 16th of May, when we're expecting Thabo Bester to make his second appearance in the Bloemfontein Magistrate's Court. But we had an opportunity to speak to the NPA with regards to Masukela's charges. This is what Mr. Paladi Shuping had to say.
Well, what I can confirm is that another accused, who is now accused number 6 in the matter of Matswara and others, has appeared before the court today facing charges of assisting an inmate to escape and defeating the ends of justice. We made a request that the matter be postponed to 3 and 4 May, where he's going to be joined with the other accused in terms of the bail application, as he has already informed the court that he's going to make an application to be released on bail. His name is Mutenyane Masukela. Like I said to you, he is facing 2 charges, which is assisting an inmate to escape from lawful custody. It's only once the investigations have been finalized and we start with a trial where we're going to outline who was involved and to what extent those who will be facing the charges. What role is the state going to say they played in assisting an inmate to escape from Mangaung G4S?
I mean, clearly, Slee, it took a well-coordinated effort for Thabo Bester to literally walk out of prison. Is there a sense that we've got to the bottom of everyone who is involved? Could we see many more arrests?
The likelihood is that that should be possible in terms of what we've heard so far from authorities, Sally, in terms of the people that are being investigated. But I think now the focus is on the types of officials we're seeing being arrested. Most of the legal experts I've been speaking to suggest that there needs to be some accountability at the top, and it seems like the accountability at the moment is still amongst those who are quote unquote at the bottom, just your average Joe, who in essence actually take instructions. And the sentiment is that those who you see in the dock right now, and probably more to come, who are those officials working on the ground, could not have gone ahead with that escape plan without the go-ahead from officials at the top. So now it seems that accountability needs to start being seen instead of, in essence, in people coming from the top who are being arrested to come and face criminal charges as well. So we spoke to a UJ Law Clinic legal expert. This is what he had to say.
Needs to sort of have, even it's for dereliction of duty, some of the officials like the controller from DCS, because he's in charge of that facility, together with the higher placed supervisors and managers of the G4S company. They need to be added to this. They need to come and account for what they have done or not done in this process where Thabo Bester escaped. So it's not now, we're just seeing people like literally low-ranking people who open gates. And you cannot open a gate in a maximum prison if you are not given authority from the control room by specific individuals. So where are those individuals? And obviously, if there is the escape that happened, there must be logbooks. People need to take responsibility. Even if I was not there, I am in charge of you, so I oversee. So I need to check. So we need to see more and more people. And I hold this view that there is much more higher ranking, not just officials like in DCS, police and G4S, but also in political circles that's involved in this Thabo Bester, because this thing is too seamless that it went under the radar. If it was not for the journalists that actually took the information and ran with it, South Africa would have been in the dark about this matter from the get-go.
So, Slian, you'll confirm this. Is it now 5 people arrested in total, including Thabo Bester and Dr. Nandipa, or more? And just update us on what the next court appearance is going to be, who's appearing when. There's quite a lot on the go here.
So this would make it the 6th person that's arrested in connection with the escape saga. The 5th person is Thabo Bester. The 4th accused is the CCTV technician. Dr. Nandipa rather. The 3rd accused is the CCTV technician. The 2nd accused is Dr. Nandipa's father, Zolile Sekeleni. And then the 1st accused is the former G4S employee, Senohe Letswara. So in the next appearance, we're going to see 5 people in the dock. That excludes Zolile Sekeleni, who's out on bail. We'll see him when all the accused then appear once again with Thabo Bester on the 16th of May. On the 3rd and the 4th of May, those who still remain in custody are expected to be applying for bail, Sally. So the next time we'll be in Bloemfontein will be on the 3rd and 4th of May if no one else is arrested within the next couple of days.
All right, thank you so much for bringing us up to speed. Our senior reporter, Silindelo Masikane, there in Bloemfontein. Now, still